So basically this is just a short video on what I've done to get the M-tdi to run. I've used a 300 TDI cam plate in there. I've used a 300 TDI head with the delivery vanes. I have at the moment using the 300 TDI levers as well. I think they give a bit more fuel because they travel a bit further. Seems to work. Using the same governor, obviously GovMod LDA grind. Bit more advanced than the pump. There's just a few videos in here just to show you what I've done. It's far from finished still. The advance isn't working right. It's advancing way too quick. I think what's happening is the standard IDI advance mechanism I'm using isn't working, so I'm going to have to fit all the springs, and I'll do a separate video about that. But I hope you guys enjoy and have a look. So tonight I'm pump building, well, pump stripping, building tomorrow. Got my cast and, well, my pump body aside. As you can see, there are some marks in there. They look quite deep, but they're not that bad. But it's the only good body I've got. And I say good, half good, but that's going to have to do for now. I've got an absolute shed ton of parts, so I should be able to make some good ones. Most of my pumps in there. I had to unseize the vane pump. This is the one that always gives the problems, and it's these little things there flick out like that. If they don't move freely like that, I can literally just tap them in and out. If they don't move freely like that, they're going to cause you issues. Alright, I've also got the standard head in here that I ain't going to be using. I've got the top hat off Nathan's pump that he sent me. Thankfully the top hat's pretty good. The rest of the pump was absolutely foo-barred. Nice orange pulley. I'm sure I can change that. But yeah, I basically needed the pulley. I've got a few top hats, but that one's quite clean. Let me just put this back. And over here we have Nathan's pump, the one that shut itself. I don't know how it did it. It's just a standard 9mm GovModded and LDA ground. That is meant to be about that way off. I've got a feeling though the stop solenoid is probably good, so I'll pull that out and salvage that. I have realised I have no LDA control, so what I'm probably going to do is just clean down the top of this one, take the spring out, let the LDA drop, and then just put a bolt in there for now. I know it's not ideal, but I do have a better top hat as well, a better looking one anyway, that I can plumb in next month when I have some more cash. See, I'm basically stripping the pump down. You can see the damage it's done inside. There's loads of marks, but I'm hoping I might actually get a good vane pump out of it as well, just for, you know, storage. Basically, put in some oil and leave it. So I'm almost done building the pump. I'll reveal the spec on the forum once I know it works. Definitely not stock levers. I found a set that I believe will give me a bit more travel. But things that I can tell you right away now is that it's got the DI cam plate from the Land Rover 300 TDI pump in, and it's also got the head from the 300 TDI pump in. I am using the top hat off the 300 TDI pump as well, mainly because it hasn't got any of the hot cold start bollocks that I don't really want at all. It's just got max fuel. It hasn't got a shut off. Not really interested in emergency shut off. If it's going to overrun and kill itself, it's going to overrun and kill itself, isn't it? So fingers crossed she works. Right, so you guys didn't see the last videos because I lost them. But basically, I've been driving around the HDI with the ECU wired in for a week without any problems, and then this week it started cutting out everywhere. I got really pissed off, and I don't like ECUs, so I've already decided to M-tdi it. Some of you don't know what that is. Basically, this is a common rail engine. Has your common rail that this pump supplies pressure to, and then the injectors are fired electronically as and when they're needed. I'm putting an old manual pump on it. that fires the injectors according to the timing of the pump. Advantages are basically I can play with it whenever I want. Disadvantages is it doesn't atomise the fuel so much. There's probably a few more. I'm sure loads of people argue with me, but this is the way I want to do it. The only thing I've got to think about is I think I need to keep that ECU to get my rev counter and my speedo to work. If not, I'll stick a set of phase 2 clocks in it, but I still have to figure out how to get the rev counter to work with it, which will be another day, because at the moment not too fussed about that. So next issue I'm going to come across that I've just seen, didn't realise the HDI fuel filters are heated, which means there's a pipe here, a pipe there, that just run down to basically the bottom of this. I need them removed because I'm not going to run that sits in the way as well, so that's got to be removed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a bit of pipe from there to there now and hopefully save most of my coolant. So quick recap, I've only spent 20 minutes on it tonight. Things that I've took off tonight are the common rail injection pump bracket. Your fuel filter housing is going to have to go. There's a little bracket that holds the fuel filter on. That bracket has to come off. That horrible great lot there, that's just fucking in the fucking bin. That's just got to go. Com rail, all your rails, all your injector lines, none of them you'll need. To come off still are the injectors. What I'm going to do tomorrow's job is I have a set of injectors coming, because I'm still waiting on some pump parts, so I'll pull these injectors out and I'll mount my new injectors in there, and I'll get some videos of that. So this is a little tip. If you're doing M-tdi on a 8 valve in a 306, you definitely do not want power steering. As you can see, I have destroyed the power steering bracket to get this to fit in there, and it looks rough as fuck, but thankfully the pump is going to cover up most of that. So as you can see, the XUD one is mounted up now. This hole just doesn't line up with anything. The bottom two are pretty much perfect. This one, however, needs slotting, so I've cut the bottom out of it with a grinder, stuck a washer on it, and done that. It seems to work. It's tight. It's definitely not going anywhere. I've thread locked all the bolts as well, just for good measure. We'll get the pump on there and we'll see how that sits, because I'm super excited about that. So the Bosch pump is on, as you can see, with the beautiful orange pulley, and it's timed up. The belt is the same size, the pulley is the same size as the high pressure pump. The bracket seems to sit nice. It's nice and central, so we like that. And spin it over a couple of times and see what we've got, and then we'll go from there. Right, so here we are again. I know, like day 4 of probably this conversion. Managed to get this sorted. Basically what was happening is she was filling up the workshop with white smoke. She was backfiring through the inlet and all sorts of weird and wonderful things yesterday when I'd done the little short running video. Hence why I only revved it a little bit, like there. Basically, it needs way more advanced than the XUD bracket can give. So what I'd done was I took the belt off, advanced it via the teeth, 2 extra teeth, and then banged it on, and almost immediately it made a massive difference. I've also had to mod the injector clamps. Let me just grab a light. So I had to mod the injector clamps. As you can see, I've had to drill and tap a hole in the back of the clamp. That's basically because the injectors were blowing, and when I say blowing, they come out so hard that that bolt in the centre you see bent back and pushed the injector clean out. It was quite amusing. I was a little annoyed, but now it works. So it's bang it all back together, and I'll be taking it for a test drive. So one thing I forgot to add was the injectors are actually 300 TDI bodies. The vehicle does run with the standard 300 TDI nozzle on there. It is not perfect. It is far from perfect. I am playing with nozzles at the moment, and it's another thing I'll keep you guys updated with. Keep watching, subscribe, like the videos, and I'll keep them coming basically. Hopefully this is going to have a big VNT turbo on and a few other bits in the future, and I'll explain how I do all that when I do it.